folks, this is Scott with Archery Unhinged. We got Jason Dubansky over here to my left.
What's up? We're missing one.
We're missing one today.
Man, he is a responsible adult.
Yeah, he's slammed at the archery shop. Busy. I heard working till like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he's
every night.
Definitely slaving away.
Yeah, he's. But it's that time of year. It is almost mid-September, and there are already guys chasing elk, and he is getting ready for the October 1st opener here in Texas. And I think about everywhere opens October 1.
For archery season.
Archery season, yeah. So he's everybody's getting their bows in really late this year. It's been a really weird year, you know, as a manufacturer's rep for Dart and Black Eagle and Conquest. It's been an up and down season. We thought the recovery would be better than it is, and it's not that great right now. You know, some of the shops are busy one day, off 3 days, busy 2 days, you know, not busy 3 days. It's been weird.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, who do you blame, Trump?
No. I just think the economy, the political climate, all that is just not where we thought we were going to be.
You know, and I read something today. They were talking that they had Jerome. Of course, everybody's blaming this Jerome Powell now because of interest rates.
Okay.
You know, we had a jobs report come out that was kind of flat. So let's get political for a second. Yeah, flat jobs, but they said, you know, the economy's moving in the right direction. Prices are cheaper. The tariff stuff is coming in better than we thought. Things are just better, but yet nobody's using money right now because the rates are so
panicked.
High. Oh, the rates are so high.
Yeah.
I mean, still, you can't if you went and got a loan for a boat or an RV right now, I think I heard 10 to 15%.
Dude, a personal
loan. It doesn't
loan,
matter how good you are credit-wise.
Yeah, personal loan. I know for a $10,000 personal loan was 9.9% over 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
those used to be like between 2.5 to 4, maybe,
right,
for someone with an 800 plus credit score.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, and so you wonder if, and I know talking to Bridger, working till 10 o'clock at night, he said that they did like one day they did $2,500 worth of service fee work.
Yeah.
So that means a guy bringing a bow in just to get it tuned, checked out, and hardly any bow sales. You know, and I talked to another shop. They're, you know, typically selling 4 to 5 bows a week. You know, they sold 1.
Yep.
That's the one thing that's really taken a hit. I think the big ticket items,
the big brand new bows.
Oh,
everybody's penny pinching right now.
Yeah, penny pinching big time. And it's kind of weird. Like I said, a weird year. But even from the manufacturing side, it's, you know, we're up as a company, I think, but down if you look at priors, especially this time of year. And I think everyone is. I mean, I think Matthews, Hoyt, you name it, they're all a little skittish. And I know we are, and probably all the manufacturers this time of year are looking, okay, bow releases coming out October, November. You know, will that be the saving grace? Bringing a new product online?
Who knows?
Yeah, you just don't know.
I mean, have you talked to anybody that's let's go with Elite for example? Mm-hmm. They released the new Victra.
Yeah.
Have you talked to any shops to see how many pre-orders they have, or how many they've sold, or how many they had on hand? Exactly. That would be a good gauge of where they're at. Because
that bow's a target bow, and target season's wrapped up. You know, it's kind of weird, and I don't know. There's a lot of you're going to get a short-term push for that bow right after the Classic, because it was launched in 1st of August at the Classic for ASA,
and outdoor season's over.
And exactly. So I heard they had a line a mile long to shoot the bow. They probably got a short-term push of orders there for people that really needed to have it. Mm-hmm. But really, you're going to buy the bow and let it sit there till November. Literally, you're going to when you get it. And let's say you get it, you place an order in August, and it'll probably take, I want to say, late September, October to get that bow. 6 to 8 weeks.
You're hunting.
You've been hunting the whole time. Yeah. And then so you get back, and then you'll start thinking about putting it together in November, getting ready for indoor season. But I always thought that was a weird time to release, because
target bows for sure.
Target bow season's over. I mean,
they need to be
literally
released,
the last one.
I would say December.
Yeah.
Somewhere around December. One, you get the Christmas holiday, and then you go right into January, which is still indoor season.
Closing out indoor season.
Exactly.
A couple months, and then heading into outdoor.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. But I don't know. I haven't talked to a lot of shops. I've talked to a lot of guys that shot the bow. They like it. It's a good bow. I thought it was good. I liked some of the stuff that I've seen on it. It seems to be, on paper, better than I think what they had before. But like I said, I haven't had it in my hands.
Yeah.
But every manufacturer, I think, is kind of worried and trying to find out, okay, where are we going to do? What's going to save us right now? And I hope new bow releases do it. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it'll be
Fingers
interesting.
crossed. But then again, you release a bow right in the middle of hunting season. I'm not going to put mine away to go get a brand new one, get it set up, get it tuned, get it shooting, and then go try and hunt with it. I'm going to trust whatever I have already out in the field.
Exactly. You know, I know one guy. There was one guy over in Oklahoma. I seen it online. He actually took his Vectra on a bear
Hunting?
hunt. Yeah, up in Canada. Thought that was kind of wild.
Well, what's his name? Aaron Snyder.
Yeah.
He used to take his Verdict
Oh yeah.
hunting.
Yeah, he liked them long bows.
Exactly.
Big long bows.
Dude's a
man.
big guy, and he does a lot of spot and stalk.
Yeah,
So.
he's a big human for sure.
So if you're sitting in a pop-up blind, something like that, like
Yeah.
you don't want that.
No. So you just got back from Chicago.
I did.
How'd that go?
I didn't get shot. No, Chicago is actually pretty cool. We stayed downtown, right by the water.
Yeah.
So I always will say that that event has one of the best accommodations for any para archery event that I've been to. We were on the 30th floor of the Marriott Marquis, and it was overlooking the lake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. You wake up in the morning and the sun's cresting over the I call it the ocean, but it was
Dude,
the
it
lake.
looks
It's
like an ocean.
massive.
Yeah, you don't see the bank.
Massive. So I went to Pier Park or Navy Pier.
Mm-hmm.
I went out there with Courtney and we're, just
Hanging
exploring,
Yeah.
seeing what's up. And I was mesmerized the whole time. I was like a little kid. Like, I can't believe this is freshwater. Because there's yachts, like big old yachts.
Yeah.
It just looks like everything that I've grown up with, like everything that I saw at the Harbor Walk down in Destin and stuff like that. I can go on about how starstruck I was by that lake. But that was really cool. But the shoot itself, I mean, we had perfect weather.
I was going to say the weather was like
amazing,
perfect.
man. Qualification day was 68 degrees with the sun. So it was cool, but the sun kept you warm. So I'll call it 75.
Yeah.
No wind.
Jeez.
Wind
No
was perfect.
wind is
No.
wild.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The Windy City.
Yeah.
Right. So we qualified pretty decent. I shot a 657, had a couple ends where I sabotaged myself because I couldn't believe I was doing so good. It happens. I told you I did that yesterday too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But qualified first, then we had a break for lunch, went into head-to-head matches, cut down all the way down to the bronze medal match and separated whoever's going to finals.
Yeah.
So we did that all in one day. By that afternoon, the wind had picked up a little bit, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Then the next day we went out and we did a lot of team stuff. So unfortunately, there wasn't as many people there as we thought there were going to be because at the same time, there's a tournament in Czech Republic going on, another world ranking.
Oh, really?
So all the Europeans were out there. Instead of being able to come to Chicago, they stayed out there. So we didn't have enough teams to have a legit like first, second, third medal match.
Right.
But we did a couple, the teams that were complete, we did shoot for respective bronze or silver or gold or whatever. But then we did a fun shoot where we had people from different countries paired up.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a recurver from U.S. and one from Brazil. We're shooting against a Canadian and a Mexican.
That's cool.
So it was really cool. They did that for recurve and compound all the way to medal matches. So that was a really cool event. And the finals venue, they had really cool coverage. They had drones flying, so you had really good angles. They had cameras on the ground, so they had a ground up angle. Everything was amazing, just really, really good. Shot our matches, and when we got our awards for the actual event, they had us come back, and we got awards for the combined America's Cup.
Right.
Which the first leg was in Mexico. Second leg was in Chicago.
And next,
that was the initial America's Cup.
Right.
It's never been done. We fought really, really hard and basically turned an idea, a dream into reality. And we hosted that. The Europeans have been doing it for a while.
Right.
They had the European Cup. They had usually the first leg in Rome. The second leg was in Czech Republic. But, by the time this show comes out, this will probably be published, hopefully. If not, well, here's the spoiler, insider news. The World Archery Congress just happened out in Korea. They actually approved a proposal that we put together and pushed out there to have our own Para World Cup circuit.
Yeah, that's bad, eh?
So we'll have our own shoots and then our own finals. The big push is to try and get finals with able-body finals. Just carve out an extra day, have top 4 in each division because, we have like 15 divisions.
Right.
So we take the top 4 in each division and we shoot finals the day prior. And then the next 2 days are, the compound and recurve finals. So yeah,
That's
I'm excited
cool.
about that.
Yeah,
It's
really
a
cool.
big step in the right direction to get exposure for our sport.
For the pair guys.
Yeah.
And gals.
And you can see what's happening. I mean, when we're out there in Chicago, there was people coming over to the shoot that have never shot a bow, have never done any.
Before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Guys that and women that were like, I didn't know we could do that from a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
freaking
exposure is
awesome.
a big thing.
Yeah.
Get more people in the sport. So
Well, you ended up winning.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Shot against your own countrymen.
I hate talking about myself. You know that.
Whatever.
But no, I shot the gold medal match, and that was really, really cool because I met Ryan last year in Paris. And if people go back and read the story that USA Archery posted, Ryan said that when he watched me win, it kind of threw a fire into him and inspired him to start shooting. So he did, and I met him officially on the line. Like, I had met him in Paris, but we hung out at Gator Cup. And from there on, every shoot that I've seen him at, I've been just giving him little niblets, like, hey, try this, try that.
Yeah.
And his scores jumped every shoot about 20 points and just kept on going. The last one we were in Springfield, and he was doing really good, but obviously it was super hot.
Yeah.
And it really threw a big wrench in all of our shooting.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I stopped shooting. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm going home. But for him to go out to Chicago and then just shoot his score, not just his military score, but his USAT score. So he's going to be on the team next year. And I'm super stoked for that because I'll have a teammate. We'll have doubles.
Yeah.
He's got the right attitude.
And
he wants to.
Dude, I've watched him shoot, and he's solid.
Yeah.
He's got good form. His form's money. I mean,
why do you think I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
You better. Well, honestly, it's going to push you a little bit.
I think it's going to push both of us.
Yeah.
It really is because he's going to try to be. I told him, don't try to be as good as I am. Try to be better. Mm-hmm. And for me, I want to continue to be better. So, I'm really going to push myself. And my goal has always been to have 2 slots. We have that 1 guaranteed spot for LA.
Get 1 more.
But get 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. And so like that shoot was a good preparation for you because in 2 weeks you're leaving for
going to World
Championships.
Yeah, it was a big eye opener for me because I haven't been training like I normally do. You more than anybody.
We've been fishing.
Exactly. You being my coach know that I've been slacking.
We've been fishing.
So now that was my last wake up call to see where I was at, and I was able to analyze everything that I did wrong. Came here to talk to you, and we got a plan together. So
well, and that's the thing. So for folks that are out there, Jason worked as hard as anybody I've seen shoot work last year before Paris.
For Paris,
and that was even before he knew he was going. Always shot and practiced with the intent that he was going to be there, and that was awesome. And then went into overkill mode for 2 months. Literally, I mean, we worked pretty much every day. Hardly no days off and shooting thousands of arrows a week. And, there's a big letdown. You go and win the gold medal. And
what's next?
Anybody's going to say, okay, man, I did it, accomplished my goal. And there's always a letdown phase where you're just going to kind of chill out. You're going to go buy a boat, which you did.
Exactly.
We started fishing.
Yeah.
And didn't train a lot. This whole calendar year has been kind of sporadic training.
Yeah.
New bow, new arrow company. So it's but I've always said this: that once you reach that pinnacle of your craft, you're never going to forget how to shoot a bow.
Yeah.
And now it's just going back in and just retailoring yourself, And one of the things we did with Jay, I told him because he was going to go to a local shop and shoot hundreds of arrows, and man, you don't need to do that. I mean, you know how to shoot, so let's just go there and score like it matters.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a cool story. The first day he got his butt up, I think at 5 a.m. He told me, went out at 7.
Yeah.
Because you got to try to beat the heat and beat the wind here in Texas, so you can actually see what if what you're doing is working. Mm-hmm. And God, you busted out a 675, I think it was.
Yeah,
bro, that is like for you guys at home. You don't understand. It's just a gangster score. I mean,
I didn't believe it.
It's up there with Able Body. I mean,
correct.
It's a damn good score.
Yeah,
and that's what. But that's away. When you. But see, but that what I call that is your frame of mind.
Yeah,
you go into that. I'm scoring 72 arrows like I am on the line in World Championships, and they matter.
Yeah.
There's none of this. you shoot 85, 95, and you start shooting 6s and 7s. It's okay. I got plenty of time to recorrect that.
Yeah.
And I think you shot what, 7 8s?
No, 5.
5 8s out of 72 freaking arrows.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I haven't seen you do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing.
And they were small 8s too.
So they were right next to
Yeah.
a 9. Yeah, that would have been. So, anyways, that's just for you listeners at home, that's a big deal. Take that practice serious. Practice more effectively with less, and I think you'll get farther. And that's kind of like what you're implementing now. And
yeah,
even shot a half game this morning,
and still shot
a 330.
332.
332. We double that, and we're probably a little bit better. And we're at a 665, 668, maybe 670.
Yeah.
You're within reach of that. And this is why that practice, I think, is once again, that frame of mind practice, I call it, that you put yourself in the moment and you only have this to work with.
Exactly. That's it. That's when you're there and every shot counts.
Every shot.
You're let down as if you were in a tournament.
Yeah.
You practice like you're in a tournament. You time yourself. I had loud music. I had a roller coaster of a playlist because I experienced that in Chicago. I was towards the beginning of the line and the speakers were over there and they were loud.
Mm-hmm.
And the first half, they were playing music that made me want to
go to sleep,
punch a penguin. Yeah, it was
really.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad music. It's just not what you expect at an archery tournament.
Right.
So I'm doing the same thing now. I'm training myself to just completely ignore the background noise.
Yeah.
Focus on what I'm doing. Make sure that each shot counts, and then I'm making my practice harder than the tournament's going to be.
Right.
So that way, when I go there, I can actually enjoy the tournament.
Correct. Yeah, and I've always said this: if you can get on the line and talk about what kind of music they were playing during the tournament, you are not concentrating on the tournament.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to be able to say, yeah, they were playing music, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, clueless, and that's kind of like the way it's got to go. But that's exciting because you're leaving like not next week, but the week after.
Yep.
And then that's going to be a week-long event.
A week from today, I will be in Korea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm there from the 19th through the 29th. So 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah. And you know how much I love that place.
Oh, my God.
I'm super excited about it. For those that don't know, I lived there for 3 years when I was in the military.
You get to go home, kind of.
Yeah. Yep. I was actually talking to one of my friends that was stationed with me in Germany is now the first sergeant of the maintenance company out in Korea. And they work in conjunction with the Chinook company. Yeah. And I said, hey, why don't you go talk to those guys and see if they can schedule a training flight over where we're going to be shooting, because that'd be amazing.
Dude, that would be so
And
cool.
he's like, yeah, I'm going to go see if it can happen.
Yeah.
But we're at Gunnery at Gunnery that week. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. That's freaking
I'm like,
cool.
Come on, man. Tell them that one of their OGs.
One of the homies.
Yep. One of the
town.
OGs is going to be there.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is
So yeah,
so
no,
cool.
I'm excited for Korea. Yeah. Able-bodied team is there right now.
I was going to say, Able-bodied starts this weekend. No?
Probably, what time is it now? It's 5. So 13 hours. They're qualifying right now.
Right now, they're in qualification mode.
Yep. So
That's
compound qualifies today. Then they shoot some elimination matches. Then tomorrow's all teams. Then they go into finals.
Yeah.
I know recurve starts shooting on Monday, and then they'll finish out on the 12th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been talking to some people out there, and they're like, man, it's super hot and humid. I'm like, yeah, you're on the tail end of monsoon season.
Yeah.
And summer's clinging on for the last couple of days. When we get there, we're probably going to go from like 3 days of heat into winter jackets.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So are they in the same area as you guys are shooting? Same town,
place.
same everything?
Yeah. Same place.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
That's
it's going to be, and it's right by the coast. So I know it's going to be humid. It's going to be a little windy.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
I don't care. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's going to be, the food is so amazing. Number one. The people are, I love Korea.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places on the planet.
Get some soju.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be happy.
So I wasn't freaking going elk hunting or guide helping. So I'm just, I wanted to go to that so bad, but duty calls.
Exactly.
I'm going to go make some good money helping a guy out. So,
So yeah, and that for me, that'll cap off outdoor season.
Yeah.
For AB teams, they still have World Cup finals. So they'll have World Cup finals in October in China.
Mm-hmm.
And then outdoors done.
And outdoors over.
Which is crazy because outdoors not ending till October.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Because you're on the verge of basically indoor season. It's getting to the point there's almost no off season.
No, there isn't.
I mean,
because they're going to be done with World Cup final, go right into, I think it's Kings of Archery.
Yeah, Kings of Archery. I seen a thing today. Dude, they got like 2,400 registered archers already.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like some insane number. blows my mind. Where is it at?
It's at JVD in, I believe it's Netherlands.
The Netherlands?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I would love to go there just because I love Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's a fun place.
Yeah, I bet. I'd just like to go and experience. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, Europe is awesome. The shooting is going to be awesome.
Yeah, with that many people shooting, that's got to be, I mean, it's got to be up there. One of the largest attended tournaments. It'll be real close.
Yeah.
So
the only reason why I don't go is, you know why.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to pay that much money to go shoot indoors.
Oh, no. No.
I'm already paying money to go shoot indoors in Mexico.
Right.
Which that's going to.
And that's going to be expensive because of the stupid Day of the Dead is going on. God, plane tickets for us are $400 to $600 right now.
Yeah.
400 is cheap, actually, but 600 to 800, I've heard numbers up there. So
yeah. So we get to go to Mexico and shoot the Calaveras tournament. And that happens every year during that Halloween Day of the Dead weekend. And it's pretty awesome because you do a 60 arrow qual round, world archery rules. So no lights, 23s, small 10s.
Right.
And then you get into a bracket.
Oh, I didn't know that we're shooting baby 10s.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Baby 10s on a Vegas target.
Yow.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah,
start practicing.
I better start shooting.
But here's the bigger thing. People don't know this, but there's a fun shoot that we're going to do that Saturday evening.
Oh, yeah.
And Scott's going to shoot recurve.
I want to shoot Olympic recurve for the first time in
85 years.
No, for real. It's like 40 years. Yeah. I'm 57. I quit when I was 18.
Dang.
So, yeah, 40 years, bro.
You haven't shot an Olympic recurve since
I mean, I've shot one,
okay.
but competitively, highly hyper-competitive, it's been 40 years.
Okay, don't practice compound. Practice recurve.
No kidding. Oh, my
yeah,
gosh.
so the stipulations is you got to have a compound, you got to have a recurve, and then a female.
A female shooting.
Doesn't matter if she's recurve or compound.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a blast.
There's 32 teams, and it's set points.
Set point. Yeah, and I like the set point instead of the overall score because then you can have a chance.
You can make up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. You can shoot like crap is to win.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Yeah, that's going to be a fun time for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's other than that, man. It's you know, I imagine most people right now, all they care about and think about is hunting. I mean, that's where everybody's kind of heading. But there's still a lot of archery stuff going on. You know, one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I wish I would have listened to this because I wanted to, but you know, we're going to get into a little bit here, is the Darren Christianberry podcast he did with Competition Archery Media last week. And they released it. Man, my phone blew up with comments and, man, have you listened to it yet? A lot of conversations about it. And it was Darren talking about the state of archery and the future of archery from a professional standpoint. You know, and I haven't listened to it, so I'm not going to comment on what Darren said. I've got some cliff notes that I agree with him on, you know. And I know one of the things that he talked about is that 20, 25, 30 years ago, you know, there were only there was a half a dozen guys and gals. And I mean, I say it, but not very many gals that were hyper competitive archers, you know, that were shooting really good just at an astronomical different level than the rest of the common folk, if you want to call it. And so it was easy for the manufacturers to pick up contracts for those shooters and pay them to represent their brands. They still worked harder than the pros today. I'll tell you that now. You know, they were in media, print. They were still used in the magazines and radio, and especially trade show attendance was always a mandatory thing. And now you got a lot of people that can shoot a bow.
Everybody, yeah,
bro, they're all good. I mean, I'd care to say there are 100 archers out there from a tour level perspective that are really good, and there's just not enough money in the industry from a manufacturer standpoint to support them on a level that they can make a living shooting a bow. And it's just, you know, because there's you look at what it costs, the raw cost to create a manufacturer bow. And then of course, you know, I still say that one of the things that we kill ourselves on is coming out with new product every year. I think that is a mistake, but we have to do it. The trend has been set, the precedent's been set. So we're going to do it. And the pressure to do that and the money that goes into that, there's just not a lot left on the bone, you know, meat on the bone left to go pay someone 60, 80, 100,000 a year. And there are some guys, of course, making that kind of money.
Yeah, but not everybody.
Oh, no, that's less than 5%.
Yeah.
It's a small nugget of people. And those people do move the needle. They really do. And there's even some that don't, that are getting paid that. I mean, but Darren got a point. I mean, it's just, you know, you hit a maturation point where you can't afford to put the people that you probably should or could put on your shooting staff to make a living shooting a bow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just not there. I mean, it's not.
Nope, way too many.
It is. And
which you have maybe 5 of the manufacturers are the powerhouse manufacturers. You take 100 archers, then if it was even, you'd have 20 apiece. But you have some that they're housing 40, others are housing 30, and that was just making a guesstimation of 100 shooters. There's way more than that.
Oh yeah,
because if you look at the pro staffs, but how many of those pro staff positions are actual salary versus
product and
contingency?
Right.
Yeah, but still, that's still draining the manufacturers. They don't make enough to support that.
No, I don't think they do. I mean, I don't know the raw numbers on that, but as a manufacturer's rep, I'm somewhat in tune to it, and it's a tough pill to swallow because this sport. You think about everything that is built around it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this podcast, and you've got some other high level podcasts that are out there centered around the sport of archery. I mean, you look at Total Archery Challenge and their movement that they've got. You've got TikToks and social media and Instagram and Facebook solely built around. I mean, because I'm in the industry, of course, my entire feed is nothing but archery.
Mm-hmm.
But in the grand scheme of things, I don't even know the numbers. And this is when I wish we had a guy on a computer. But I don't know how many archers there are in the United States.
Around 19 million registered archers.
Really?
Yep.
Now, of those 19 million, that's a guy that or gal or kid that goes in their backyard and shoots a bow.
Correct.
Is part of that number.
Yeah.
I bet you. What is you think the percentage is that are active participants in the world of target archery? Are there
about 500,000, maybe?
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think that number is probably close, if not less.
Yeah.
But that's still a significant number because I've always, I got a different take on this, and I've said this, and I'll keep saying it and keep preaching. So maybe one day our phone will ring, and somebody that's a philanthropist and he's got just money to burn and just isn't. I'm gonna say he doesn't care, but
tax write off.
Yeah, needs a tax write off or something. And I keep bringing fishing up because I did it and I seen what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We have to pull this out of the manufacturer's control, or we're never going to be legitimate as a professional sport. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just convinced of that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's called the FedEx Golf Tour for a reason. You think Titleist or Callaway or Ping is going to sponsor the entire USGA tour?
They can't.
No. I don't think the money's there, even as
No.
big as golf is with those companies. So they got the FedEx Tour, and I say that in the fishing world. We had Walmart, FLW. It's the largest domestic retailer on the planet. I mean, in the United States, if not the world.
Look at NASCAR.
Look at NASCAR. Yeah.
And you think those automobile companies?
No. Chevy. It's not called the Chevy Tour, the Toyota Tour. Now, they could potentially, but, once again, these big sports, are all tied by non-endemic, massively corporate level sponsors. And it's something that has to be done in archery if we're ever getting over it. Because if we are going to rely on the manufacturers that are currently producing product for our sport to be the savior and to be the leaders in making a legitimate tour level target archery professional sport, it is never going to happen.
No.
I don't think Matthews has that kind of cheddar, to be honest. They're close, but it has to be someone outside the industry that has a love or a passion for the sport, that wants to see it grow. And because I know from the kids that I coach, it's always a question: is there going to be a professional level for me when I turn 18, 20 years old? And that's a darn good question. I don't think you're ever going to do what Levi has done or what Danny has done. I don't see replacements for those guys in today's world.
No, not in today's world.
Really, I just don't. There's no one coming up through the ranks that I see that was a perfect time and a perfect place for those guys.
Yeah.
In the last, I want to say 10 to 15 years. There's no one back there to replace them. I don't think that anyone is going to actually pony up the kind of money those guys are making right now, because they're making a living shooting a bow. I just don't see it.
Everybody else has a second job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you're going to shoot. And you run into that whole problem of, and like I said, this is so much like fishing. You know, guys on tour were sleeping in the cars. Hell, I did. I had a Dodge Durango that I pulled a bass boat all across this country for 7 years. And this is 1 year I had the Dodge Durango, and I slept in that truck.
Yeah.
Or SUV, what do you even call it? I fit back in that back section pretty easy because I'm a small guy. And I'm not kidding you. My cooler was full of bologna, and I had a loaf of bread and peanut butter and jelly, and that's what I lived on during
So that you could
during
fish.
my time, so I could fish. Because it was either you put gas in the boat to make a run where you needed to go, to buy the tackle you needed, to put your entry fees in, and you had to forego nice $100 a night hotels. And then I remember when I started making a little bit of money and started doing well, you know, I'd upgrade to the Roach motels.
Yeah.
You know, I'd stay in some Super 8 that was in the hood.
Hell yeah, I made it.
Bro. And then you're splitting the room with another guy, spending probably $30 a night for it, you know, but you give what you can. You know? And archery is there. I think if for some of these people, you're going to have to hustle and try to find a way to either, you know, work a full-time job and be good enough to compete at a tour level position, find a way to make money in the industry, which will allow you the time off. I don't think there's anywhere in the world you do it with a wife and children. I just don't see it.
You'd have to be really, really, really good and really smart and
Or
very marketable.
Or very independently wealthy.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't see it as feasible. Because if you work for corporate America and you're knocking down the $200,000 a year, which I think you can shoot a bow effectively everywhere in the United States and the world with that kind of a salary, as long as you're not overextending yourself, you know, with a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house.
Yeah,
and
$5,000 mortgage payment every month.
Exactly. If you're not that guy and you're living within your means and you have a $200,000 a year salary, you could probably shoot your bow. But then you got the whole problem of if you're making that kind of money at that level, do you have the time off?
Correct.
We're talking 6 tournaments a year just on the ASA tour alone.
And
6.
most manufacturers are going to require you to do everything.
Yeah, if you have a good contract that's worth its weight in salt, now you got to throw Vegas in there. Then you
ASA,
gotta throw
NFA,
USA archery. And if you shoot 3 of the 4 U.S. qualifiers, which is Chula. Well, I know they've changed a little bit. But
Chula. So let's say next year,
Yeah.
you go Gator Cup in April,
yeah,
Salt Lake City in May, Chula in June, Ohio in July, and Springfield in August.
So you just added 5 tournaments to the other 6 on the ASA side if you wanted to shoot in two different levels. And let's be honest, I think you're going to see this resurgence into the 5 you just mentioned because of the Olympics that are coming up.
Big time.
I mean, we're going to see that, I think, explode.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have that kind of time off?
Not with a corporate job.
No, not with a corporate job. I don't think there's any way, unless you're the CEO that is calling the shots and you have you've got people under you to do that. But if you're a middle manager, director level person, and he's got too many responsibilities, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward. I mean, like I said, I can't wait to listen to this podcast. But I know Darren, I think he put out some really raw truths for people to stomach and think about. You know,
I'm sure it was needed. Everybody's been sugarcoating stuff for the longest time.
It has, you know, and you're right. And heck, I was part of that camp. Because I want so bad to see in my lifetime the next generation of kids and the next generation of people get a chance to make a living shooting a bow. Because I think we're relevant enough as a sport. We should be. What we do is hard. It's not easy. I mean, in the FIDA world, to hit that little, I don't know even how big that 10 ring is, but it's small.
It's about the size of an orange.
Orange at 55 yards, basically, 50 meters. It's not easy, especially with a 10 to 15 mile an hour crosswind, which we have to deal with constantly. To hit that little 12 bonus ring that you can't even see on a 3D target at up to 50 yards, you know, inside of a dark tunnel at 7:30 in the morning with a cloudy sky.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, you know, and I always hear people talk about it's not good TV. It's not good TV because I don't think anybody's learned how to produce a show.
Correct. They haven't made it interesting.
They haven't made it interesting, exactly, because we all know we're on pins and needles. I mean, when
you're watching Mikey shoot he's at 898 and he's got 210s to go to shoot a perfect 900.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there on the edge because he's shooting something that's about the size of my finger, the tip of my finger. And he's shooting that at 20 yards and he's got to hit every single one of them
Every one of them.
to make the big dance, right?
Or you got Mikey and Matthias, and there's a point between them.
Yeah.
And every arrow matters, because if there's one mistake, at that point in the game, it's whoever flinches first.
100%.
And you can make that dramatic. There's drama in that. We know it because we're in this industry. But yeah, for the guys at home, they have no idea how the scoring's done. They have no idea what it means. And I blame that. I mean, no offense, but I blame it on the people that are commentating the sport. We have to be able to dumb it down for the people at home that happen to be flipping channels. I mean, I'll give you an example.
Look at that.
Dude, I flip channels, and when I get to ESPN and see the
cornhole guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. Those guys do some amazing stuff with those bags that I can't do.
I mean, if they're airmailing 3 bags in a row and you're like, dude, I could barely get it on the board.
Exactly. I mean, so it's the commentating part of it, I think, is what we're missing. It's the producing of the producing the drama of the event and of the finals. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm watching you and what's his name shoot in Chicago, Ryan Lindstrom, and I was watching your last end, and I'm like, holy crap, Ryan's making this. I guarantee Jason's thinking, I better turn on the gas here any minute now. And Ryan ended up shooting. I think his nerves flat out got to him, because I think he shot a 5.
Yeah,
high, really high, and I knew you were going to beat him at that point in time. But up until then, it was a good match.
Yeah.
So, knowing what I know, of course, with you and especially with you, and I was thinking, man, this is cool. I'm glad to see someone pushing Jason to perform.
I mean, it's interesting when you're there, dude. I was at the USADA tent waiting to go to the bathroom to do my urinalysis, and I'm watching KJ shoot on the big screen.
Yeah,
and him and Danny from Canada are neck to neck. KJ's down 1, they tied up. KJ's down 1, they tied up. Finally, I'm like, dude, I got to go now. So I go run into the porta potty in the 4th end, come back, and I think they were tied going into the 5th end. And KJ shoots 10, other dude shoots 10, 10, 10, 10, 9. And he wins by 1. But when you're like that, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap. You cannot afford to miss.
That's the thing. KJ was thinking, I can't make a mistake.
Cannot miss.
Can't make a mistake.
All. Yeah.
Exactly. And so they're in the issue.
There is excitement to it.
There is. We just don't know how to relay that and
Yeah.
extract it to the audience. And I think that is one of our biggest issues, because in every sport and every piece of our sport, there's drama. And it's kind of like when Levi won that ASA Shooter of the Year title this year, and it went down to that last arrow that Danny and him shot, that last target. And this is where I wish we had some Michael Iaconelli in some of our sport, because
somebody that's polarizing.
Because I hate to say it, but when Levi made that shot and sealed it,
dunked my bow on someone.
Exactly. It would have been really cool to see the guy, because he hadn't won one in a while. And I know that it meant a lot to Levi to win that this year, because a lot of people said, he's washed up and he's on the latter part of his days, and he shot a great tournament to come back and to win that sucker, but it was so anticlimactic.
Yeah,
I know what he was going through inside. And I think he even said it on film later that he's probably never been that nervous in a long time, because he had to make that shot. He knew it, but we didn't know how to tell that story. I mean, it's just a video of
a guy
competition archery media out there. We in the know what was riding on that shot. Even the guys in the group that they were shooting with, the other 2 guys they knew, and you could tell. Hell, I think they were more nervous for those 2 guys, Danny and Levi, than they were. But we had no camera down at the target, to show the hit. It was an unemotional. They hugged and did their their high five stuff, but just I would have loved to have a commentator there to kind of set the stage for what was about to happen on that last target. And that was something that we did not take advantage of as a sport, which once again is making our sport boring.
Correct.
And it sucks.
I mean, you go back to World Cup final last year, and you got Jimmy Lutz shooting. The guy shot 3 perfect rounds, 3 150s back to back to back. That's never been done.
It's never been done. Yeah, that's hard as hell.
45 10s, perfect score on everyone. That should have been a huge celebration.
Oh, yeah.
So, we need storytellers.
Another day at the office.
Yeah. So it's expected.
No, we do. And
we just need storytellers.
We need storytellers to be able to commentate so that they can inflect the importance of what's happening with every shot.
Yeah, we need like what's his name, Tony Romo, when he's broadcasting a game and he's excited and he's calling out shots and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there watching Jimmy shoot, and I'm like, yeah, here he goes. He's backing up. He's drawing back. Look at him anchor. And, you know, you're breaking it down. I see his thumb. He's coming around. He's going to punch the crap out of this. Oh, yep, X. There you go. That's expected from Jimmy or stuff like that. Or watch him mess up and be like, oh, what an idiot. He should have let down.
Yeah, right.
Like even a kid knows better. But, yeah, we need storytellers so that we have engagement from the everyday guy, because that not only is going to attract an audience, it's going to attract more shooters. Probably they're going to be like, "Oh, I want to go try that."
That looks fun.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
We should try that.
Yeah, people don't. You know, it's kind of like we build the volcano inside, and it never erupts.
Yeah,
you know, like I said, I always go back to even this picture hanging behind me when Bridger won the World Cup that year.
Yep.
You know, he's one of the first guys that I had seen in all the years of watching these guys shoot in finals like that.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody lost his shit after he won. I mean, Bridger went crazy, dude. I thought he was going to launch his bow. He was so excited. But that's when I first noticed Bridger as an archer and thought, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody filled with emotion, losing his crap because he just won the biggest tournament in the world.
Exactly, because I remember coming back from the Texas shoot down in College Station, my very first USAT, when I had just met you guys at the shop and everything. And you're like, so how'd it go? I was like, qualification went. And I was in a new division. How'd your match go? I lost to some dude named Bridger Dayton or something. You're like, Bridger Dayton?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that guy. Holy crap. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you know who he is.
No idea he had done that. I honestly didn't even know that until he moved down here to Texas. Because I was never wanting to go search him on the internet and stuff like that and creep him out. But when I watched him shoot, I mean, the guy goes out there, got ice in his veins, shoots, and then when he wins, that icy, just frigid character turns into emotion, pure raw emotion.
Well, and I don't know, because I haven't researched this and I haven't looked into it, but even when you won the gold, I mean, that picture of you
right back there
going crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember
I didn't know what to do.
I remember watching you do it, and I freaking started crying.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Same with me.
But, you know, how many guys that have won U.S. Paralympic gold have been that emotional after their tournament? Because I've seen everyone be the stoic, I've been here already, you know, not a big deal, you know, and that does nothing to lend excitement to our sport. You don't watch that and say, God, I want to go do that. You know, I got to go do that. Because the reason why baseball and basketball, football, they're sports of emotion because of the excitement of scoring the touchdown or making the bucket in the closing seconds. They celebrate. That is intoxicating.
Yeah,
you want to be a part as fans of the sports. We want to be in the stadium when the world the World Series is won. Mm-hmm. We want to share with the team the excitement. We want to be there because it's a buzz. You
want to have that eruption.
Yeah, and hell, we do that on the couch on Sundays watching football.
Yeah,
you know, when our team wins, we lack that in our sport right now, and it's there. It really is. You know, you won the biggest event in the world, like Bridger, and I've won some good big events, and to shoot that last arrow when you have to make it count, man, there's a lot of work in that. You know?
I mean, one of the greatest moments in archery history, in Olympic history, was Brady Ellison and Kim Woo-jin going down to the very last arrow, and they both shot 10s. One was inside the line, one was outside. That was a huge, huge moment. There wasn't. I mean, yes, it was celebrated, but that should have been blown up.
It was still anticlimactic.
Yeah. But Brady's another one. Brady's really stoic, very, very, professional. But when he wins, you got to see some of those pictures and some of his reactions. I remember when he broke that world record in Peru, they told him he needed to be quiet because he screamed in the middle of everybody qualifying.
Right.
He knew he had done it.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
We do. And there's a lot of good pictures. You know, that's why I'm excited for like Casey Caulfield coming up.
Yeah.
Dude, she's emotional.
Oh, she's awesome.
That girl freaks out when when that shot makes it and it matters. She is she's just bam. She's excitable. And that's the stuff that I think that gets the kids and the other people and people that are watching excited.
Yeah. So. I got told in Paris by somebody, they came up and they're like, congratulations, you did well, but you need to work on your sportsmanship. or
Are you
on your
kidding me?
showmanship. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Well,
Kind of criticizing your,
like, so for example, Matt Stutzman.
Yeah.
He's energetic.
Oh,
He's on fire, right?
oh yeah.
That's what he feeds off of. Taman from Australia. This dude was doing laps around the stage, getting the crowd pumped up and everything. Obviously, I'm tied down to a chair.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Yeah. I don't want to be the guy that's sitting there and pumping up the crowd to where I lose my concentration and then I shoot a 5.
Exactly.
Then what do?
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just not me.
Yeah. Right.
But when you do win, when something big happens, don't be afraid to show emotion.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I've learned over the years to be yourself on camera, be funny if you're funny. Don't try and script stuff.
Yeah.
Like our show, we're talking to your son about him starting a podcast, and he's like, "Well, we should have topics." Like, no, dude, don't script them.
No.
Get
no.
an
Yeah.
overall idea of what you're going to do, and then just go nuts.
Yeah.
People like raw emotion. People like everyday life. It's like a reality show.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to have it on a teleprompter and sit here the whole time and go, okay, we're going to talk about this.
With your eyes going back and forth.
Exactly. Like,
Like you're
no.
No.
Just do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'd love to see. It is all that stuff to talk about. What like with what Darren Christianberry from Elite was talking about. I think all of that has relevance in this and what we are trying to do. I think Darren probably broke a lot of hearts in that podcast, from what I understand.
Probably needed to be done.
But I think it needed to be said. And that's another thing. You've got a lot of I call them the journeyman pros.
Mm-hmm.
They're the guys that are up and comers. They're finishing in the middle part of the pack. I hate to say it, but they are the blue collar workers of our sport. Without them, target archery on a professional level would not even exist.
Correct.
If you didn't have dreams and aspirations, and you did not want to go and shoot against the best, and you didn't want to go out and work your tail off to compete at the highest level of the sport, literally professional archery wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Because you and I both know, at every major tournament, from USAT to field archery to indoor to ASA 3D, we can probably name with certainty 3 out of the 5 top places.
Mm-hmm.
Every tournament.
Yeah.
We can. I mean, because they're the best in the world.
They're the ones that are committed to the sport, that's all they do.
Exactly. So with that being said, to have the other 40 to 50 to 100 guys, depending on what class it is, to sit there and just do it with the chance of, I'm hoping one day I get there.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, you and I both know 70% of them are never going to get there.
Yeah.
It's just a reality. And I'm not saying it to be a jerk.
No.
It's just reality.
I mean, they might finish top 10.
Yeah, they may get a podium once in their career, but they may finish top. Yeah, exactly. But man, just that that drive and desire is what is keeping that sport viable right now. Because let's be honest, if everybody, and I hate to say this, but you know what Darren put out there, there's ramifications for that. I mean, you want to get on the other side of what he talked about. And once again, I haven't listened, so I don't know everything. So this is conjecture on my side, and I'm assuming. But he could have hurt the sport. Let's be honest. If what he said was, I think, spot on. How many guys might say, yeah, you know what?
Maybe I should try something else.
Exactly. Maybe I'll go pick up my golf clubs and see if I can get a tour card.
I'm going to go grab my rifle.
Because let's be honest. I mean, I was talking to some guy about this today, a colleague. You may look at your own kid who's now shooting USAT out there, who's shooting all these different tour level events, and they're 13, 14 years old. You may now go and say, hey, you know what? Let's go pick up a golf club. Because let's be honest, you can be number 150 in the world
and still
make a damn good living playing golf.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to someone about this a couple of years ago, and Johnny Walker was one of the guys that lives in Bernie. I think he won the Players Championship or one of the big ones one year.
Dude, you make the cut.
Bro, you're done for the year. I mean, you're making enough money and you don't have to.
Make the cut, you are going to make more than an Olympic champion.
By far. And so therein lies, I think, some of the potential ramifications of having a conversation like that. The other side of that is, yes, you could have just killed a lot of dreams, killed a lot of guys that are going to go, yeah, maybe I'll just go kill deer with my bow and maybe go try professional fishing or play golf or go back and play softball.
Mhm.
Go find a different hobby that there aren't, pluses and minuses to it, and just enjoy it
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Or maybe just help another brand.
Yeah. You joke.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is a totally double-edged sword.
Or
So-
they might just attract a whole lot more pure people that are in it for the right reason.
well,
You know,
that's the
that's
thing.
the third option.
Yeah, the third option is that
You
maybe
get a
quit,
better
quit paying
staff.
the $325 entry fees and
Yeah.
go back down to men's known 50. Have fun, enjoy it with no pressure, and
Quit trying to be a pro.
Save some money.
Exactly. Quit trying to be a pro because you won league night,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
live within your means, and then win out and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know one of the things that he talked about was being relevant in the sport. Social media, of course, having a presence, doing more for the manufacturers than what's traditionally known in today's world. I don't think we do near enough of that. I don't think that if you take the hundreds and so pros that are out there, and you take the blue collar side of those guys, and you take out the top 10%, which is the Levi's, the Danny's,
Mhm.
the Jimmy Lutzes, you take those guys out of the equation. There's not 20 guys that are moving the needle for the manufacturers.
Correct.
I mean, there's just not. They're not moving the needle in a positive direction to sell equipment for those manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
They're not relevant enough on social media. I'll give you an example. A guy who's let's say 15th, top 15 in the ASA tour, or the guy that finishes even in the top 10 on the USAT tour.
Mm-hmm.
You compare his sales numbers and effectiveness to bring people to the brands that he represents. And I hate to say this, but you compare him to Dan Staton from Elkshape.
Yeah.
Dude, you're talking apples and oranges, bro.
It's not going to be
It ain't even close.
anywhere close.
It ain't even close.
That's one bow to 40 to 50.
All day long.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan is moving the needle in archery.
Yeah. He's relevant.
He's not shooting professionally.
Correct.
He's a decent archer. Don't get me wrong. I mean, from what we see on tape, he's a decent archer.
But he's one hell of a marketer.
But he's one hell of a marketer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He knows
He's
how to
on
market his
social
brand.
media constantly.
Yep.
Posts constantly. Talks it constantly.
And it's good quality content.
It is
It's
good
not,
content.
It's not an iPhone
Yeah.
doing a selfie mode or stuff like that.
Right.
But even if you're doing that, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I mean, if you go and look at Paige's channel, not all of her videos are professional quality. Her stories are always her, but she's always engaging.
Yeah.
Always doing something. So yeah, you have it. You have your anomalies, your Paige Pierce. No manufacturer's going to get rid of her because she's doing a lot. She's doing seminars. She's doing stuff like that. But the other average Joe that's a pro and all they do is this. And then, yep, I'm going to throw a post every 2 or 3 months. Of course, I wouldn't want him on my team.
Yep. So
I mean, I'd keep him around, but not give him all the incentives.
So extremely controversial subject matter, and you're probably going to kill me for bringing this up.
What?
But I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Jesse Broadwater.
Okay.
And I'm sure everybody heard and knows, Jesse got cut by Hoyt about 2 months ago, I think it was. 2-3 months ago. I mean, he is Mr. Hoyt for the United States.
Correct.
In my opinion. Has won everything, on the planet, shooting for that company for probably 3 decades. And from what I understand, and I'm just a guess, but I've heard through the grapevine that it was all driven around influence. How was he positively influencing the brand that he was shooting for in the last 3 or 4 years? And no fault of Jesse's. He started competition art, the products for the points, bought that business. I know he's knee deep into that, and this is a very successful, venture for him. Wasn't shooting anymore on tour. I think it was he cherry picking some shoots every now and then, but not really shooting.
Correct.
And he's getting older. I mean, it's no secret. Got a family.
Yeah, but so's Rio.
Yeah, it's true. But, at the end of the day, I think it boiled down to, hey, man, we're looking at every penny we're spending. And if we're not seeing a return on investment, we're going to have to cut you.
Yeah.
And, man, Hoyt took a publicly, they took a beating. I mean, I read some of the forum posts on it, and my gosh, you think you would have cut, Jack Nicklaus out of playing golf.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and I think that it has that kind of effect because those in the know in archery know what Jesse has done for the sport
Correct.
of archery. And dude, it's a lot.
And it's more than just a face.
It's a heck of a lot more than
Exactly.
just a face. So, but on the business side of it, if I had to pull myself and extract myself out as an archer, competitive archer, and look at just the pure business side of it, I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hoyt's getting unfairly persecuted for it.
It's a business decision.
It's a business decision. You know, it really is. And I mean, I hate to say it, but our manufacturers don't make the kind of money where you can get a contract basically in perpetuity for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to say it, but I bet you $100 it comes down to Cam Haynes going to fall in the same category sooner or later. Cameron Haynes moves the needle for Hoyt Archery.
Correct.
There's no doubt about it. Cameron, I think he's 56. He's a year younger than me. You know, there's going to come a time here very soon that he's going to be on the backside of his career. His relevancy is going to die off.
Mm-hmm.
And the $1 million question we'll see is if, is he still going to be shooting, keep him around? Who was
Dudley.
it? Dudley's good. Another one. I mean, what's funny is that you look at these people that are really relevant in our sport from a social media standpoint today. I mean, a lot of them are aging up.
Mm-hmm.
We said Dan State, and he's young, so he's got
a while.
He's got some legs, exactly. But it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out and how this works because it's definitely coming to a head. And I think that if I had to challenge the new young people that want to find a way to make it in this industry, the advice I would give them, and this is going to be, parents are going to hate me to say this, but I'm going to tell you now, unless you're independently wealthy as a family in today's, and your family has got money, you stay single, you do not have kids, and you sacrifice, because you are going to have to, I think, win. You got two ways to do it. You're either going to win your way to a contract or you're going to social media yourself into a contract.
Yeah.
So that was my second part I wanted to talk about is social media.
But even then, you're not guaranteed.
No.
And
no.
I think that all of this, and I might be wrong, but I think all of this was foreshadowed and started by Bowtech.
No doubt about it.
When they released Tim.
Yeah, that's actually good shit right there.
Exactly. When
right.
they released Kyle Douglas and Tim, I think that all the other manufacturers looked at him and went, well, if they can do it, they must be onto something.
Dude, I remember when that happened, I thought it was the biggest mistake they could have possibly made. I mean, because Kyle Douglas is one of the good guys of our sport.
Oh, I know.
People love him. He's likable. He's accessible, owns a bow shop. And then Tim is a stalwart in the industry, been around forever. He's a dinosaur. I always love it. Sawyer Sullivan called it Grandpa Tim.
Yeah.
And he's the grandpa of archery and relevant on social media. But to your point, man,
foreshadowed.
Exactly. I thought they were stupid.
But here's the thing, though, for us, because archery is such a niche and it's such a small community and these moves seem major, this happens in other sports on a daily.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at the Cowboys getting rid of Michael Parsons.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole world went on fire.
Yeah.
Because it was, in everybody's opinion,
talking to someone,
a bogus move.
Yeah. I was talking to someone about that yesterday, 2 days ago. And I said, if you look at the other side of it, sure, they lost a
superstar,
a game-changing type player.
Yeah.
But, man, the Cowboys, I think, if they end up doing as bad as everybody says they're going to be, and I thought they played pretty good last night, but if they ended up finishing towards the bottom part of the division and in the overall, they could garner, I think I've read 4 or 5 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
So that move, I think, strategically meant more for them for the future than it did for now.
Yeah.
And
is
that wrong?
I've seen it in other teams, too. I mean, everybody knows how big of a Packer fan I am.
Oh, yeah.
When they got rid of Devontae Adams, they picked up 2 first rounds and picked up a bunch of players and stuff like that. But they are always a relevant team. And this, I'm not going to get big into football, but these moves are made on a daily in the NFL and the MLB. What other sports out? NBA, stuff like that, right? And we don't bat an eye. But because archery is so small, it does cause a major ripple effect through the whole industry.
Oh, yeah.
And when Bowtech shook the sheets with those 2 moves, I think everybody else was thrown off guard, but the manufacturers paid attention. And while all the shooters and all the the consumers were busy about the shock. The manufacturers and the businessmen were sitting there going,
Writing checks,
yeah,
cashing checks.
exactly.
No,
We
that's
could
actually
do this here.
that is very insightful, and I never thought about it that way. But you know, I think you might see this industry heading in that direction where they only keep one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, Matthews, I think, is always going to be the guys that has the big teams.
Correct.
I still haven't heard all the fallout from what they did move-wise this year.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they did a lot of their stuff in August this year.
Yeah.
Which got to be an issue for some manufacturers because, heck, I was involved in one of them where, you know, they needed an answer in mid-August, which completely threw me for a loop. I'm like, whoa, time out.
None of that gets done till October.
I don't do that till October, bro. You know, I'm thinking about elk season right now, and
We're going hunting.
Yeah, and it just was the timing of it made it really difficult. And I think this individual and a lot of other individuals probably in the same boat. You know, you start going out and looking to where you can go land, and I'm gonna be honest with you, these manufacturers don't want to talk about it right now.
Nope.
I mean, in August they're wrapping up and they're in Target Archery hangover because of the ASA tour wrapping up, and you're just wanting to just take a big deep breath and just get your hunting bow ready, because if you're going elk hunting in September especially, you know, you've got 30 days to prepare, and let's get back from elk season and let's start this whole merry-go-round circus of who's going to land where and sign where. And it threw everyone for a loop. Matthews, of course, I hate to say this, but as Matthews goes, everyone does. But I still haven't heard, like I said, the washout of where, but I know I've heard through the grapevine they cut a ton of people.
Wow.
I mean, a lot. And
we'll see.
And we'll see where that ends up shaking out.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to see a lot of really good archers.
Wearing different jerseys.
Or no jersey.
Or no jersey at all.
Or no jersey.
Wearing accessory jerseys.
Like wearing True Ball Excel jerseys, gas jerseys,
Yeah.
You know, Black Eagle jerseys, gold tip jerseys. I think you're going to, you know, and I don't know. I still say this, that until this industry and this sport quits promoting for free or even just for product by putting jerseys on week in and week out, that is where this paradigm has got to shift for us to start pushing back against the companies that we blindly support. That's just got to change, but it's my opinion. Because when, you know, I've said it 1,000 times, you don't get real estate on a professional bass fisherman's jersey without paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
You just don't. And if you don't, man, Ben Milliken, I think his first year on tour wore the, I don't know, I think it was a 512 or 312 area code jersey. That's what he wore because he wasn't sponsored by anybody. He's like, I'll be damned if I'm going to wear a Icon Boats jersey or whoever he was fishing with on Skeeter or whatever. He just don't do it.
I'm sure
he's promoting Ben Milliken.
The rodeo guys are the same thing.
Oh, same way. You were on the PBR?
Yeah, you're not going to put your brand on those shirts.
They're not wearing a Levi's shirt just because they want to wear a Levi's shirt because they need to be, because that, you know, that's where Target Archery, I think, has got the biggest issue. I truly believe they feel like if they're not relevant until they wear a team jersey.
Correct.
And that's bullcrap. I mean, I cannot wait until one of these guys, you know, I'll give you an example, like Brady Hempen. You know, Brady, I know, won one of our tournaments this year. I think it was Minden, actually. I was there for that. And he wasn't shooting for anybody. Now, he had a Gas jersey on, and I know Gas probably, you know, makes his strings for him and stuff. But, I mean, it would have been cool as crap if Brady had no signed deal that he was getting paid by that manufacturer, and whether accessory or not. And, dude, if Homeboy would have just went out and wore a polo jersey shirt, that'd be cool.
That would be like the executive, the guy that won the Lancaster Amateur.
Yes.
In a button-up shirt.
In a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what needs to happen, because then, you know, everybody's going to start scratching their head. That's the problem. We've got too many guys in that blue-collar pro. We want them. And we think we need them to be relevant. We think we have to have them to wear their jersey at all these tournaments.
Yeah.
I think it would be groundbreaking if this industry and all these shooters would, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not wearing it, and just show up with a Magellan fishing shirt on. Could you imagine if out of 3,000 archers, and we know damn well that out of 3,000 archers that show up for one of them pro-ams, I don't think there's 100 of them getting paid in some capacity. They're getting free product. And even then, I don't know if does that warrant wearing the jersey or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. But man, if you want to send a message Show up in
a t-shirt.
In a t-shirt. Shoot that tournament. You
Yeah.
know? Show up in a polo. Ralph Lauren, whatever you want to wear. But I don't know. But it is something that needs to change. All those things that we're talking about need to change to get the attention of and to try to reset this, because I'm telling you, we're on a scary path right now, in my opinion. And I've seen the highs of the sport. When Levi got the big contract from Matthews, leaving elite, I think we were at the pinnacle of our game. And I'll tell you what I think is going to happen, and I'll call it now. Like what you said about Bowtech. I believe that this entire reset of professional archery and the ASA tour, and I'm going to say the ASA tour because it's the one tour that matters for the manufacturers right now.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at the contingencies. I hate to say it, but your contingency payouts in ASA versus USAT is it's
night and day.
Night and day. So I think you're going to see a lot of this push now. I think, I hate to say this, leave ASA and it's going to shift to USAT. You know why?
Olympics.
Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
Period. I talked to a lot of pros, and I think I said this in one of our last podcasts. If you are halfway decent at shooting a bow, you're going to try. I mean, dude, it's a childhood dream for all of us. I mean, this is one time in our lifetime that you get a chance to win a spot to go shoot a compound in the in the World Olympics to win a true gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's bad A.
0.0001% of the world's population have an Olympic medal.
An Olympic gold medal. Exactly.
No, just a medal, period.
Just a medal, period.
Olympic or Paralympic.
Yeah.
0.0001%.
That's very, very unique company.
Yeah.
So so it's going to be interesting because there you're shooting for something. You're shooting to wear that American flag. You're shooting for pride and glory.
You'll never be forgotten.
100%. You may not get paid.
Correct.
Like in
you don't get a massive payout.
You're not getting a big payout.
Yeah.
But you'll be in the archives forever.
Correct.
And
that takes me back to that movie, Troy.
Mm-hmm.
That's when people will remember your name.
100%.
They're like, hey, people look at Justin Hewish. I think I sent you a photo. It was Timothy and Juan Palacios.
Yeah.
Were warming up at an ASA, and Justin Hewish is shooting in between both of them. And I said, I bet you that those guys, they don't even know who they are with.
No.
But the moment they look them up, they'll realize that, holy crap, he's got 2 gold medals, 2 Olympic gold medals.
Yeah.
One of the last people to do it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Nobody will forget him.
It's a big deal. So I think there may be a shift, and I've said that shift was going to happen anyways because from a childhood dream standpoint, everybody wants to get a chance to win a gold medal.
Yeah.
So, and you know how it is, man. The way the qualifications will work for that medal, if I'm not mistaken, it'll probably be one tournament.
Correct.
And dude, you just got to get hot for one tournament.
All you have to do is you go out there. I'm guessing that the format's going to be the same as everything else. You shoot a 72 arrow qual, and then they're going to take the male and the female numbers, put them together, rank the teams,
seed them,
and then put a bracket.
Yeah, put a bracket together.
And let's go.
So you got to get hot for 2 days.
And from what I understand, LA 28 is trying to broadcast at night because at our nighttime, the whole world is awake.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it won't be super hot.
So that's going to be, and what's cool about that is going to be prime time.
Yes.
In the United States.
Yes.
So you're going to be on TV.
Yeah.
All of everything that archery's ever wanted is probably going to happen in LA in 2028.
Correct. I mean, even right now, the World Championships are going to get some coverage on CBS.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
The good thing is we're trending in the right direction on the world stage when it comes to FIDA and outdoor. ASA needs to get off the Sportsman channel and get on ESPN.
You joke.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Even if they get on ESPN The Ocho, that shows freaking cornhole and pillow fighting and all that stuff. But dude, the average Joe that can't go to sleep at 3:00 in the morning, they're watching reruns of archery and they're like, "Ooh, okay, when I get off of work tomorrow, I might go check that out."
Oh yeah. No, there's no doubt. And it's going to be but anyways, all this stuff is culminating into this, I think, some big seismic shift that is coming. I can feel
There's
it.
Got to be.
I can sense it. And it's coming, and how we navigate around it and how we do things, I think, is going to set the stage for the future. Because if not, this entire podcast, for example, we're going to end up talking about hunting and how we go kill crap, which is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong.
But how many different ways can you do it?
Dude, that's the thing. There's like you said, how many archers was there?
Exactly.
How many were there? Half a million. How many archers?
19 million.
19 million. Out of the 19 million, I guarantee 15 of them shoot a bow to go kill stuff with it.
Yeah.
And how many ways can you kill a white-tailed deer?
Exactly.
So, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure to see how this thing pans out. But I'm excited and apprehensive at the same time. And I hope, once again, man, we just need a big non-endemic sponsor to get behind this sport one time. Which, by the way,
Come on, Busch Light.
well, real quick, and I don't know, who are we on time?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
good.
curious. Okay. Greg Easton.
Just got elected.
10th,
World Archery president.
Man, how long does that tenure last?
I think the last president was 15
I want to say
years.
I heard 10 or 15 years. Yeah.
15, 20 almost.
Yeah.
So it was a long time.
That's good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, and you probably have talked to Easton, I'm imagining. Where do you think his head's at? What do you think he's going to try to do?
So from what I know from the company, the family, and talking to him personally, I did have a conversation with him, but it was more para archery and the future and what we can do to make it better and stuff like that. But just listening to his speech when he was at Congress and what he delivered, I mean, first off, the guy bypassed his salary and is putting that money back into programs for archers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a really, really, really cool presentation that he did with an arrow. And if you go back and watch his speech, he pulled out an arrow and he's talking about the components of an arrow, how the point is the archers and we are at the front of the arrow. The shaft is the NGBs and all the federations and stuff like that. The vanes were some of the sponsors, I believe, or something like that, and keep it going in the right direction. But then you have the knock, which is World Archery, and the people that guide it and are strong, right? And the way that he explained it and he explained his vision, I mean, it was like watching a presidential speech from the 1950s.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good. I think his head's in the right place. He wants to take World Archery to a level where, like swimming, where those guys are getting big sponsorships and are in front of a Wheaties box and stuff like that.
Right.
Make archers known like those guys are. Get our sport into schools, into every community, stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good thing for World Archery. It's going to be really good for what's the word I'm looking for? Up and coming.
Yeah.
Communities, countries that are just getting into it. His foundation puts a lot of money into that, and I think with him guiding the International Federation World Archery, we're gonna blow up. I'm hopeful. Yeah, that the sport's gonna blow up. We're gonna have more people around the world, and it's just gonna get better.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's I hate to say it, but and I don't want to get political, but there'll be some people bash me on this. But at the end of the day, man, I wish for a Donald Trump type guy who's not afraid to push the status quo, who's willing to change the environment. And when I say change, I mean turn it upside down on its head.
Yeah.
Instead of doing what the norm is, or take everything that's out there now and just, I hate to say this, and try to make it better. Because I think that what is out there now needs massive change.
Correct.
And that I hope he's a maverick in this sport, where he's willing to push the envelope for really positive change, simplify the sport. I think the sport needs simplified so bad.
Yeah.
It's too bureaucratic. I mean, I would hate to be another country trying to create an archery program with all the Bible of bylaws and the Bible of how we do things. It is literally, you got to hire someone to read it page to page and hire an attorney to make sure that you can decipher all the bullcrap in it
and not break the rules.
Yeah,
and
we're
get in
shooting
trouble.
we're shooting a string. We're shooting a carbon tube downrange with a string and a point.
Yeah,
this is not hard. I think that what's the word I'm looking for? I think that we've
definitely overcomplicated things.
Yeah, and it's kind of like get back to the basics and the rules of archery, because they're I know you're going to disagree with me, and I know you and I have talked about this. They're always setting up rules and regulations for worst case scenario. But then again, I'm also always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and they're not going to really cheat when they're probably going to cheat.
Correct.
And I think you've said
It's
that.
one of those
It
things,
happens all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you set everything up for the worst, and when something good happens, you're like, hey, let's celebrate that.
Exactly.
But,
well, and like one of the things that I've always said this, and because I know it works in our sport of ASA, but then again, there could be cheating. Probably is. Is like, I hate to say it, but like, what do they call it? The bow inspection procedure. I think it's a waste of time. We waste an entire half day doing that when everybody knows the rules, and there's nothing doing that says you can't go through your inspection to pass it and then modify everything once it's over with. I mean, and I bet that's even happening in today's world. But if you know that moving forward, is it a relevant thing to do and I'm just pulling out one little thing.
No, I mean, there's, I can actually talk about that subject because I saw it happen in Chicago. Yeah, you go through bow inspection, and like you said, you could alter it or whatever. Right before I went on the line to shoot my gold medal match, they came by one more time. Hey,
did it really?
We need you to draw your bow back and check the poundage.
That's bad, eh?
Yeah,
that's good.
Made sure that I was going fairly.
I think that's more effective. Like an ASA, I know what they do. They'll speed check I think it's top 3 and then one random. Because it's really the only ones that matter. If you finish 10th, 15th, 20th, big deal.
Yeah.
But that keeps that process more easily regulated and quicker, more efficient than to inspect 350 or 1,000 bows that are on the range. But that's cool if they did that. See, I think there's more effectiveness in that than to have that whole half day of inspection procedures when you wait in that long line and they go through stuff and do whatever they do.
Yeah, it was crazy because she came by with a list and had my poundage written from day one.
No kidding.
And compared it to my poundage that day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So
crazy thing, but what are you're 45?
45 max.
Yeah. I mean, would it have been an issue if you'd have been there at 42 on your inspection and been at 43 and a half, 44?
No,
it doesn't matter. As long as you're
under.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. I was just curious, but yeah. So anyways, hopefully Greg, I think he's going to be a great ambassador for the sport.
I think so too.
I just hope he's got the cojones to really, really go in and shake the trees. I mean, shake the trees and really do some stuff that'll, I think, set the industry on its head. Because, man, what you just said about his vision for making it accessible for everybody, I think is key. Now he's got to find a way to get these manufacturers to play ball with that because they are I hate to say it, they're the key holder from a product standpoint to put in every country's hands just so that we can grow it. Because, we know here, even when you get a free archery day and, hey, come shoot a bow and they come, there's a lot of retention in that. People love it.
Correct.
They have a great time. And that's how we find new archers. It really is.
And it's the rules and the bureaucracy that deter them from wanting to continue.
Yeah. It does me. I hate to say it. I'm definitely I'm like to keep it simple, stupid.
You got to really love the sport.
Possible.
You got to really love the sport to put up with the bullshit.
Oh yeah,
because that's exactly what it is. Some of the stuff is aggravating, and you're like, I love archery so much. I love representing my country so much. I'm just going to shut up and shoot my bow.
Right.
But no, I think we're heading the right way.
Yeah. Like I said, good appointment. Hopefully, it's going to do some good.
I'm actually going to reach out to Darren and have him come on the show and see if we can.
Yeah, we need to call Darren and
get him
and talk about this subject. It'd be interesting. Darren's a great guy. Love him to death. I think he's got one of the best team atmospheres from a manufacturer standpoint in the marketplace. And I was glad, like I said, that a lot of the things he said needed to be said.
Correct.
But now the bar has been raised for everyone to put up or shut up.
Yeah,
I call it. Every one of these journeyman blue collar pros that are out there are need to go look themselves in the mirror and decide, hey man, I'm doing this because I love it. I do it because I love it, dude. I used to be really good until I opened that shop, and then my career has been, and now I'm doing so much coaching and training, and as a manufacturer's rep, I'm shooting as less than I have in my entire life, but I still love it.
Mm-hmm.
I still love to compete.
You're just transitioning to a different.
It is
aspect of it.
But you know what's funny? I watched George Riles the other day. We were talking about him earlier, but George I think he's doing a series. He's preparing for the new indoor season. Mm-hmm. So I think that he was he was putting out a video and talking through what his practice, and it was just a practice of him in fast motion of shooting. I think it was 30 arrows, and it went by like in 30 seconds, like an arrow a second. But I thought to myself, man, George is about my age. I need to freaking be doing that right now.
30 arrows.
Yeah, I've just got to start shooting every day and competing so I can prepare to maybe make a run and do something in indoor.
Correct.
Because at 57, I'm still in really good shape for a 57-year-old versus my peers.
And
I just got to do it.
Mr. Clark still shoots.
I know, dude. He's 84.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
You just have to keep a bow long enough.
I've been better this year.
You
I've had
still
my
have the
black
same one?
I've had it all year. I have not got rid of it.
Yeah.
So it's something that you just got to commit the time, and so we'll see what happens.
30 arrows, 30 minutes.
Well, I definitely got to do that before I go down to Mexico and embarrass myself.
Please.
For sure.
I will leave you down there.
Yeah, I might get trafficked.
I've got contacts. I'm going to sell you.
There you go.
No, it's interesting. The shift from athlete to, working in the industry to coaching to stuff like that. I was just looking at a quick story. Linda Ochoa, high level shooter, one of the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's coaching El Salvador.
Is she really?
In Korea right now as a coach.
Wow.
I never thought I'd see her do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But she's a mama.
Yep.
She's got different priorities.
Sacrificing too.
She's sacrificing her own career to help others, but she's in that mama stage.
Correct.
And what is she doing? She's taking care of an infant, a new child. She's got a different responsibility. So now she's just shifting that same teaching methodology over to a bunch of athletes.
Yeah.
And she's mom to them. She's coach. She's mom,
Correct.
just like she is at home with the new baby. And Steve, because Steve needs mothered for sure. So don't kill me, Anderson.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. And I think that every career has that for sure. Tim is one of the anomalies that at Tim's age, he's
going to keep going.
Still on the top of his game. But you know why? And I say this with love. He's selfish.
That's all he does.
Tim he hates losing
Mm-hmm.
so much that he is still trying to find that perfection of archery, as good as he is. And I don't think Tim's ever going to quit. I don't think I ever see Tim transition to what you said into that coach, mentor, developer. I think he still works with people, but it's not as full. It's Tim first and everybody else second.
I see Tim like the first person I ever met in the archery world, like the first, I guess, coach, not even coach, because he owned a shop in his basement in Enterprise, Alabama. Mr. Howard, the last time I saw him was after Gator Cup in 2018, something like that. He was 93 years old, and he was still shooting. He had somehow designed a sidebar that he could put on his hip to draw his bow back from his hip and then raise it up, aim, and hunt. But he loved the sport so much, he didn't quit.
Yeah.
93 years old, and he was still shooting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, some people are just going to be like that.
Yep, they are.
They're never going to put it down.
Not going to put it down and just shoot.
Yeah.
So
I keep telling people I'm going to shoot till the wheels fall off.
I was going to ask you, how long do you think you're going to do it?
Until the wheels fall off the bow or my chair or my wife puts me on cinder blocks and doesn't allow me to move. But I know that like high-level Olympic style, I want at least 3 minimum because I really want to go to Australia. More because I want to fish.
2032.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Australia in not the year after next.
Right.
My head's already in that Great Barrier Reef.
No kidding. That would be amazing.
That's the cool thing about this sport. You get to travel, right?
Yeah.
You get to go to really cool places.
Without a doubt.
So yeah, just do it as much as you can. Take care of your body the best you can. And
yeah. So what's cool is we're as we close out the show, I think we're moving towards live.
That's going to be a dream and a hope, and we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because folks, what we're talking about doing is actually taking this show live, and then in that
have
show
a call-in.
we can do a call in.
Yeah.
I know we've had a lot of listeners ask about that. Hey, man, we would love to come in and help. You guys directly answer some of the questions you have. And that would be a cool show to have. So we've talked about that a lot, and that's probably coming down the pipe as we take advantage of the beautiful studio we have now. We've got some professional level editor guy now with Peter. It's going to be moving the needle in the right direction.
That's the
so, and also once we start releasing all these shows, we're probably talking a little bit post haste, but hey, you guys will probably see a very, very regularly scheduled program as we move forward. So we've got a great video series coming up. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want someone to steal it.
No,
but man, we got a good series that I promise you guys out there are going to love when we do it. It'll be a lot of show and tell right here on the table. And I'm just not going to tell you what it's about. You're just going to have to be listening for it. We'll make an announcement when we go live with it, but it is going to be cool.
Yeah, there's a good chance we're going to get him drunk.
Yeah.
Get him to really, really talk about stuff.
I'll really talk about it if I have a buzz, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And also, hey, shout out to Charlie Mike Outdoors. We've got my son, actually, Jordan Hamlin, is working with a couple of guys on a podcast from Charlie Mike. And he's got a great platform, a really cool platform. They'll be probably going out weekly here coming up really soon. And, man, he's went all in on that thing. So pop over to his page. I think he's going to be on Spotify.
Yeah, he's already on Spotify.
I think they released their first episode already.
Charlie Mike Outdoors.
Give it a listen. It's a great platform with something different that I think, and I already warned him. I told him, I said, you don't run with this,
we're taking it.
I'm taking it. Me and Jason are going to take it and run with it because it is actually a good platform. Really good idea, and I think you guys are going to love how they're doing things moving forward. So we'll be doing a lot of probably collaborating with those guys because they're going to be using the studio.
For sure.
And it's going to be another good podcast to listen to.
Yeah.
So other than that, folks, we appreciate you greatly. Keep listening to us. Keep sharing and telling everybody about it. And hopefully you like the content. And it's going to get better. We've got some cool stuff coming down the pipe.